They'd rather have a sorry Michigan than good Marshall and Cincinnati. I'm here to tell you. Yeah, Arkansas could end up being 5-5. Like, think about that. Arkansas could end up being 5-5, and I can see 6 losses for LSU. What? Like, if they play that Alabama game, 6 losses for LSU. That's what we're staring at right now. My goodness, man. Like, that's ridiculous. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Let me see. What else got? Question. Do you think Ohio State has a good running game, or do you think Fields should run with the ball more often to compensate for the lack of running game? So last time I checked, and I made the preview video citing this fact where you can check that out, Ohio State versus Indiana. Master Teague's averaging like 15 yards per carry. He just ain't got to carry the ball all that much. And the offensive line hasn't been what we expected it to be, right? I don't want to see Justin Fields running more often than he has to. I know that he can, but I'm not looking to make him into Khalil Tate circa 2017 because he's a great passer. Like, he's throwing dudes open. He's hitting dudes in stride. He is destroying your secondary. I want him standing back there in the pocket and ripping people apart. That's what I want. And I don't think that the run game is y'all's problem, right? I don't. I think your problem is the secondary. I think Kerry Combs needs to go coach up his group because Shaun Wade does not look like the first-round draft pick that we all expected him to look like. And it didn't help that on national television, everybody saw Jahan Dotson just go moss him, go to work on him. Okay? And that's on an 0-4 Penn State team. Sure up the secondary, then worry about running the football because you're going to score points, right? Being able to run the football is something you want to be able to do in the college football playoff. Sure. But if you got Chris Olave, you got Garrett Wilson, you're going to be all right. You know, as long as Justin Fields is healthy, Fields is fine. I don't see that as a problem for y'all. Who do you got playing in the Big 12 championship? Oklahoma and either Iowa State or Texas. Iowa State because they got the one loss. They would have to catch another one. Oklahoma because they've never lost in the month of November with Lincoln Riley as head coach. And he's undefeated against every team they have left on the schedule. Dating back to the Texas Tech game. Like, if Oklahoma does not end up in the Big 12 championship, I will be shocked. And then Oklahoma's won the last 5 straight. I'm not going to pick against them. I don't know who should be quarterback in Michigan. Right now, just figure out what your philosophy is. Fix what's broken, and it ain't just the quarterback. LSU equals the worst defending champs ever. It's a decent question. Like, I haven't actually given that much thought because I don't really go into that space. Like, who is the worst team to defend their championship? I don't really go in that space much, but I don't have any reason to disagree with you either. Let's see. I think I got time for a few more, and then I got to hop off. Probably going to add something to the live stream. I hope I get time, but I'm going to have to jump off in there in a little bit. I appreciate y'all showing up. Corey Carhoff making it in just in time with the yo. Appreciate you. LSU is literally playing freshman and quarterback now. I mean, so? Trevor Lawrence was a freshman playing quarterback at Clemson. That has nothing to do with it anymore. That argument no longer holds up. Quarterbacks, true freshmen, they can do it. We've seen them do it. It's all right. It's going to be fine. Let's see. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy going to have to do a whole lot of work next year. Whole lot of work. Hope he doesn't turn into another Shea. What is that? Shea Patterson. Jordan Rodgers suggested James Franklin to South Carolina. No. Make James Franklin clean up Penn State. Make him do that. Plus, James Franklin and South Carolina go together like oil and water, dog. Like, that ain't what they want down there. I don't know if you're familiar with the politics of one South Carolina, but they are not necessarily the politics of one James Franklin. Okay? I don't see that. Matter of fact, I can't remember. I don't think South Carolina's ever had a black head coach. Feel free to fact check me on that. Like, I'm just throwing that out there, but I'm fairly certain they haven't had a black head coach. Might actually think about that. I don't know that you want to be the first in 2021. You know? Iowa State versus Texas will be a good game. I hope so. Texas has turned most everything into a good game, whether you're good or bad. That's just what they're going to do. Probably got time for one more question. Who is your top 4? It's a good question. Alabama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, those are the 3. The fourth one is changeable, man. It's changeable because Clemson got the one loss, and I think the one loss should disqualify you for playing in a college football playoff situation, but we saw that work in 2017 with Georgia and Alabama both getting there. I'm inclined to put Cincy there because of the way they've been stomping a mud hole over people. Like, they've been stomping on people and destroying them in such a way that they get to make the argument, check the scoreboard. We are destroying people. We are destroying people like a Power 5 team in a Group of 5 conference, which is what you would have to be in this year with the rules the way they're set up. You would have to be so much better than your competition to have an opportunity to play in that, and then you need your competition to be decent, right? That's BYU's hang-up. That's Coastal Carolina's hang-up. Though Coastal Carolina would be able to say, we went 3-0, and we were one of the teams that went, to help get that 3-0 against Big 12 competition, but it's a year in which the Big 12 has already been, eliminated because y'all went 3-0. It's a real catch-22 everywhere you look. Like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, which is another reason why I want the playoff to be expanded. But I would put Cincinnati in that spot. Tulsa will beat Cincinnati? I don't know, dog. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Why do people just want to show up here to actually just be mean? I don't get that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Come up here and be nice. Goodness me. People just want to clown in the chat. All right, guys. I got to jump off early because I got a thing for my book project. For those of you who don't know, I'm writing a book about the race massacre in Tulsa and a number of other projects. I sincerely appreciate your support here. And I look forward to seeing you guys again on Wednesday. Remember to subscribe to the RJ Young YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button on this video. And remember that you can download the RJ Young Show podcast wherever it is you get your podcast. If you have missed the live show and you don't want to deal with all the ads that YouTube surfaces, because I don't surface them. I have nothing to do with the ads. Matter of fact, there's this whole thing on YouTube right now about people not getting paid for the ads that are being surfaced on their channel. And one day I'll be able to tell y'all about that. But right now, just know that I'm making the stuff, pushing it out there for you. And if you want to get the commercial-free version, download the RJ Young Show podcast. Otherwise, you're just going to be here dealing with these commercials. I will talk to y'all in a few hours. Deuces.